Hook. Did you know that 63% of the best-selling games on Steam last year were indie titles? Forget the 88 giants. The real innovation, the real fun, is happening in the indie scene. And February 2026 is shaping up to be a massive month for incredible new indie releases. So ditch those pre-orders and get ready to discover your next obsession. I'm Kumquat, and these are 5 indie games you absolutely need to watch in February 2026. Chapter 1, Neon Shadows. First up, we have Neon Shadows, a stealth action game dripping with cyberpunk aesthetics. Developed by Midnight Syndicate Games, a small team based out of Berlin, this game is a love letter to classic stealth titles like Deus Ex and Metal Gear Solid, but with a fresh, neon-infused coat of paint. In Neon Shadows, you play as Kai, a disillusioned ex-corporate spy trying to eke out a living in the sprawling, corrupt metropolis of Neo-Kyoto. Kai's got a unique ability. He can manipulate light and shadows to his advantage, becoming virtually invisible in the darkness. This allows for a huge amount of player agency in how you approach each mission. Do you go in guns blazing, using your stealth skills to thin out the enemy ranks? Or do you ghost your way through, leaving no trace behind? What's really exciting is the level design. Midnight Syndicate has promised intricate, multi-layered environments with tons of hidden pathways and secrets to discover. Early previews have shown off some seriously impressive AI, with guards reacting realistically to sound and light. They've also emphasized replayability, with multiple endings depending on your choices throughout the game. Neon Shadows is releasing on February 7, 2026 for PC, PlayStation 6, and Xbox Series X. Definitely one to keep your eye on if you're a fan of stealth, cyberpunk, or just plain cool games. Pre-orders are open on Steam, and they're offering a 10% discount for the first week. Chapter 2, Starbound Symphony. Next up, we're blasting off into the cosmos with Starbound Symphony, a rhythm-action adventure game developed by Harmony Games. This one's a real breath of fresh air, combining exploration, resource management, and music in a truly unique way. In Starbound Symphony, you play as a nomadic spacefarer whose ship is powered by music. You travel from planet to planet, exploring strange and beautiful alien worlds, collecting resources and solving puzzles, all while conducting your ship's orchestra. Yes, you read that right. Your actions directly influence the music, creating a dynamic and ever-changing soundtrack. The gameplay looks incredibly intuitive. Different actions, like mining resources or fighting off hostile creatures, are tied to specific musical patterns. Nail the rhythm, and you'll succeed. Mess up, and you'll face the consequences. What's even cooler is that the game features a procedural music system. Each planet has its own unique musical theme, and the music evolves and changes based on your actions and the environment. Starbound Symphony is scheduled for release on February 12, 2026 for PC and Nintendo Switch 3. This is one for the music lovers and anyone looking for a truly original gaming experience. Chapter 3, Echoes of the Past. All right, let's dial things back a bit with Echoes of the Past, a charming pixel art puzzle adventure game from indie developer Sunstone Studios. If you're a fan of games like Stardew Valley, mixed with Return of the Obra Dinn, this one's definitely for you. Echoes of the Past puts you in the shoes of Ilera, a young historian who inherits her grandfather's old farm. But this isn't just any farm. It's located on a mysterious island rumored to be haunted by the echoes of past events. Ilara quickly discovers that she can use a special artifact to glimpse into the past, witnessing events that occurred on the island centuries ago. The gameplay revolves around exploring the island, solving puzzles based on these historical events, and uncovering the secrets of Ilara's family. What makes this game really stand out is the attention to detail in the pixel art and the compelling narrative. Sunstone Studios has clearly put a lot of love and care into crafting a world that feels both nostalgic and unique. Echoes of the Past is releasing on February 19, 2026 for PC, Mac, and Linux. If you're looking for a cozy and thought-provoking gaming experience, this is one you shouldn't miss. Chapter 4, Project Chimera. Now for something a little more intense. Prepare for Project Chimera, a turn-based tactical RPG developed by newcomer studio Nova Games. This game takes place in a bleak, dystopian future where humanity is locked in a desperate war against genetically modified creatures known as chimeras. You take control of a squad of elite soldiers, each with their own unique abilities and backstories. The gameplay is reminiscent of games like XCOM and Divinity: Original Sin, but with its own distinct flavor. Project Chimera features a deep and complex combat system with a focus on strategic positioning and teamwork. What's particularly interesting is the Chimera themselves. These aren't just mindless monsters. They're intelligent and adaptable, constantly evolving to counter your tactics. This forces you to stay on your toes and experiment with different strategies. The story is also said to be very dark and gritty, exploring themes of genetic engineering, corporate greed, and the cost of war. Project Chimera is releasing on February 24th, 2026 for PC, PlayStation 6, and Xbox Series X. Tactical RPG fans, this one's for you. Chapter 5, Astral Ascent. Finally, we have Astral Ascent 2, the sequel to the critically acclaimed roguelite platformer from Hibernian Workshop. If you loved the first game, prepare to be blown away by this one. Astral Ascent 2 takes everything that made the original great and cranks it up to 11. The gameplay is still fast-paced and challenging, with tight platforming, bullet hell combat, and a deep progression system. You play as one of 4 Zodiac warriors, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. What's new in Astral Ascent 2 is the addition of a dynamic world map, which changes with each playthrough. This adds a whole new layer of replayability, as you never know what challenges and opportunities you'll encounter. The developers have also promised a more in-depth story and more memorable characters. Astral Ascent 2 is releasing on February 28th, 2026 for PC, Nintendo Switch 3, PlayStation 6, and Xbox Series X. If you're a fan of roguelites or platformers, this is a must-play recap. So there you have it. 5 incredible indie games to watch in February 2026. We had Neon Shadows for the stealth aficionados, Starbound Symphony for the music lovers,